Hey, everybody, I'm Mike.
I'm Bob.
I'm Tim.
And I'm West.
Yes.
And this is the Board Game Rundown. Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday, May 28th edition. We've got a special guest with us. It is West Todd the Mingo. How we doing, West?
I'm doing fabulous, thank you. Just before anyone notices, like I all of a sudden am so old that I'm now getting white eyelashes. Did you even know that that was a possibility?
Oh, I did not.
I didn't either, but
thought you were
like it
just
started
smiling.
happening.
Yeah.
I
I
was
on
about
purpose?
to ask about that because I'm like, does he know that there's something going on? But no, he's
I
actually.
mean, I got a lot of gray hair here, but none in here.
all my
Yep.
grays are right here.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And then
Right.
here.
Not-
That's all I'll say.
Yeah, not
Sorry,
so
Gray
much
Bush.
here or here, but right here.
Right.
This
yeah.
area.
It's all like inconvenient white spots. Like, hey, I got some white hairs right underneath my nose. It makes it look like I got a booger all the time. And then this weird, like, all of a sudden, eyelashes white. I don't know why. It just happened.
It's a sign
Wow.
of distinction or that you're evil. I don't know. One or the other. Maybe both.
Maybe. Yeah, I was gonna like take one of those lines across my eyebrow so that I could
Yeah.
like I was like it was a star.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Cool, but I'm not that cool.
My niece just did that, and we don't know that she did it on purpose. And she now claims that she's trying to set, like a trend.
Trend.
And I just kept calling her Vanilla Ice, and she was,
She shaved
Yeah.
lines in her eyebrow.
yeah, one line. I was
One line,
like,
one.
"Oh, do you have a scar there, or what's going on?" And everybody started laughing, and then I found out that that was not on purpose.
She's with it.
Love that for her.
Yeah, I do. I love being that uncle.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could say what I want. Go home.
We should probably say hi to some folks. We got a bunch of people in the house already. Nix
Yeah.
is here.
Hey, Nix.
Nix is early. Hey.
Yeah, right.
He is. Wayne says it's time
Break
to bust
out
out the
the
Malort.
Yeah.
Because these pants won't shit themselves.
That's true.
That's what diapers are for.
Oh, no, no.
Like the Tuesday.
My bad. Carlos is saying hi, and Carlos will bring you some fun questions later.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
sure
being
of
nice
it.
now, but he's gonna hit you in the gut with a hard question later on.
I love it.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
We got Jazz and Steph in the house. Morning
Also-
Steph from the other side of the world.
Speaking of Steph, shout out to all the rewatchers on the other side of the world, or
Yeah, right,
just people that don't watch tonight. Like, so Trevor, Steph, I know there's a few others. So much love to you guys. We really appreciate it.
And thank you.
Josh is saying hi, likes the travel
we know
games
that guy.
topic. And we got Sam from around the stub.
Damn.
Thanks for
What's up,
joining,
man?
guys.
Hey.
All of our
Yeah.
favorite people and West.
And
Right.
Chris, who we saw this
Hey,
weekend
Chris.
at
What's up,
Infield.
Chris?
Yay, Chris.
I do want to ask this week, is anybody drinking anything fun?
Da, da, da.
Oh my.
Bum, bum. Boom, boom, boom. Bottle as big as my head. I went to Costco.
That's a great pick there, Tim. I gotta say that's some of my favorite stuff right there. Bullet Rye.
Yeah. I do have some wild turkey over here, but I was at Costco, saw the Bullet Rye, was like, treat yourself. So I did.
Fair.
Got myself a monstrous bottle. I'm very happy with it.
Ooh, Dave is here right on time.
Yes.
Mentioning
howdy,
that he's
Mr.
drinking the Basil Hayden toast because the Knicks are toast, baby.
Ooh.
And I happen to be drinking Angels Envy for all of the Knicks fans envious of that 3-1 series lead.
Mike, I believe what you meant to say was this.
Thank you, Tim. Oh, thank
Draft?
you.
I loved there's a little clip going around right now of Reggie Miller and Spike talking before one of the games. And I love the good-natured relationship, right? Like that good-natured trash talk, which is like one of my favorite things in board games. You don't want to be the jerk at the table, right? That's being obnoxious, but you do want to be the jerk to your friends with the hilarious trash talk, especially when it goes horribly wrong. It's even better.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
And
We're
I'm
getting,
not drinking this evening because I just had some friends over for the entire holiday weekend, and we drank a bunch of extremely potent beer. So I'm good for a while. Some
You're good,
120
brother. Yeah.
minutes and some other fun Goose Islands and some rare
There you
stuff.
go.
So it was fun.
Nice.
No shame there.
It's always nice to imbibe during the Memorial Day weekend, I gotta say.
Agreed.
Yeah, I was on Friday celebrated a birthday, so I was drinking a little, just again. I hadn't cracked this bad boy yet, but I was drinking some Dos Equis, but
I like some Dos Equis.
yeah, me too.
Beers I can drink on.
Yeah.
But
sometimes I like 3 or 4 Eckies. So
hey yo. Well, before we do our topic, we probably need to talk to West about like what he's got going on.
Yeah, wait, West has something going on?
Yeah, it's annoying. I don't really
mean,
want to talk about it.
There's a little thing that kind of came out not that long ago that is very exciting called Wildside. No, I'm super excited about it. My very first game that I created, granted inspired by some fun things, but put a lot of work and effort into it. Got some beautiful artwork out there as well. Very very happy about it overall, and I think it came together really well, and I certainly enjoy playing it, and I believe others have enjoyed it as well. So.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those where you have to separate the content from the creator. So just enjoy the content. The game's really fun and it's really good.
True.
No, really excited for you, West. We couldn't have been prouder to take your game down to Indie Spiel and like shove it in people's faces to make them start playing it with us. But after that initial like, fine, whatever gets you to shut up, everybody was really into it and had a great time. I don't think I had one person go, I didn't like that. I even taught my in-laws over the weekend, and to quote my oldest niece, she said, again, after we played, like she said after we played multiple times. So pretty good, man. Pretty good. Oh, I remember Animorphs.
Careful playing this video, you get a copyright hit.
I'm gonna sue.
That's a lot of sexy for one screen, though.
Oof, it is.
True.
It really is.
And Mike. Hey.
Ooh. That's tough.
I'm feisty. I'm sorry. I don't know what's.
It's just wild.
Says the guy
Yes,
wearing
my wild side.
It is your wild side showing. It's true.
It is.
No, it's a lot of fun card shedding game. If you enjoy the opportunity to just have a good time and you don't have to think too hard, it's one of those great games to play at the end of the evening when you don't have to think a lot and just have a good time playing with your friends. It's good. It's a lot of fun.
I mean, we played it as the first game. We played it as the last game. Yeah, man. No doubt. It is a great time. And yeah, couldn't be prouder to be like, hey, you want to play a game my friend designed? So
where does Wildside come from? That's a great question. Obviously this game had to have flamingos in it. Very clear. And I love animals in general, so I thought it would be really fun to have the theme be animals. And because of that, we had to come up with a name that brought out the entertainment part. And because I wanted it to be fast, I wanted it to be fun, then the third F had to be something like feral. So it's fast, it's fun, it's feral. And that's kind of where we were like, wild side. It's like, let's take a walk on the wild side. Let's have a good time. And that was where Wild Side came from.
Nice.
Great question.
Yeah, we get a lot of those on the show. It's crazy. We got a lot of people that ask good questions. But yes, if you watch this video, our review isn't up yet, right?
It
It
is.
is.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is.
play and then the review.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wes, did you see I gave it a 1?
he did.
I heard that you wanted to give it a 1 because it's the best
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, 1 plus. I think I gave it a 1 plus 8.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Strong.
Wow.
yeah. I did want to
think
give it a 1 just to
me
be a
writing
shit.
me writing an alligator would be really fun. I think I could tell that story if you want. That's a funny one.
Oh yeah, tell the story.
Yeah. So, when I was younger and dumber, which is hard to believe, but it actually is true. I worked
Back when all your eyelashes were the same color.
we're
Mhm.
actually black. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Back then, it was so long ago. Um, I worked at a place called Alligator Adventure when I was working for Tigers, the Institute of Greatly Endangered and Rare Species. And one of the evening things we had to do was take this big long stick and then just poke at the alligators that were along the shore of this particular pond. Now, to be in this pond, you had to be an alligator of at least 6 feet in length, which is a very large alligator. But there was one alligator in there. He was the big boy. His name was Elvis, and he was like 10 or 11 feet long. He was a huge alligator, and had been there for a ridiculously long time. Well, in the wintertime, if you don't poke them and get them into the water, they could freeze overnight because they're not the most intelligent and their body slows down when they get cold. The water in the pond was actually heated, and there were something like 100 alligators in this pond at this point. It was huge and tons of things in there. Well, because we were dumb, and amongst the many other sundry types of things that we did, we decided that we would ride on the back of Elvis until he got into the water, and then you would jump off, and then it became, well, do something funny. Then it became do something crazy. Then it became like do the wildest, most insane thing you could possibly do. So back then, I was actually thin, not thin, but thinner, and I was able to do a lot of yoga. So I was doing these weird yoga poses and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I realized my ankles were getting wet. Now, if you don't know, an alligator has like legs that are about this long, and then they have the body, which is again about this long. So for my ankles to be getting wet standing on top of this alligator, I had to be in like 2.5 to 3 foot of water at this point. That was very bad because surrounding in that water was obviously all the other 6 foot or larger alligators who were warm because they were in the warm water. Um, so that was a little nuts. I had like 2 choices. I could jump off the side of Elvis into the water where there were potentially other alligators that could bite and eat me, or I could jump off the back in near the tail, and if he swung his tail and hit my legs, they could break my legs, and then I could get eaten by the other alligators. I decided, with all of the intelligence of a very unintelligent young man, that I would jump off the back and then I would just run as fast as I could because, in theory, there shouldn't be any other alligators behind him because they would have gotten out of the way, right? And hopefully, I just wouldn't hit his tail. Um, have you ever seen those like Jesus lizards that run on the top
Oh
of the
yeah,
water?
yeah, yeah.
I felt like that was me because I ran as fast as I possibly could. I don't remember touching the water, but I'm sure that I did, and I'm sure it was way slower than it actually felt like to me. But I ran as fast as I possibly could, and then there was this little short fence. It was like 3 feet tall, and then there was a space of about 6 feet or so, and then there was a big tall fence. And on the other side of that tall fence is where people were standing, like where people could stand at night or during the day when they were actually looking into the pond. But I was running as fast as I could, and I jumped head first over top of this 3 foot fence. And then right up behind me, bam, bam, there were 2 alligators that ran directly into the fence right as my feet were clearing the fence. Yeah, it was terrifying. Very terrifying. The alligator almost got the flamingo that day, but
Mhm.
thankfully, I was okay.
That was you living on the wild side.
Yeah,
Very much so. Very much so.
yeah. No alligators in Wild Side. I noticed.
There are not.
That feels
There are
deliberate.
not.
That feels
Yeah.
intentional.
It is a
Yeah.
little bit deliberate. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that's a great story. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, All right. Well, do we want to like break protocol and just in the first 15, 20 minutes get into the top 5
Right, and we're gonna be throwing the chat all off.
travel
Wow.
games?
Yeah, this one I have to tell you, this was the most difficult top 5 I've ever done because I put some really heady restrictions on what I was choosing.
Ooh.
I will just put out there that they are the most beautiful list. It's the best. It's the biggest and the best list.
That's right. Yep.
Grown
the
men
best
have
list.
cried looking at my list. It's
This
amazing.
game came up, tears in its eyes.
Yes, exactly. Describing my experience when I was sharing my list with strangers.
Another great question by Carlos, although it might spoil some answers on this list, because I
Ooh.
assume you want something that you can travel with that still maintains some depth to it.
Sea salt and
Yeah.
paper. That's
We
the
might-
answer.
We might touch on that.
But it's not in
Oh.
my list.
Okay.
I didn't love that one.
Wouldn't it be
Well,
like
it's
deep
okay to
sea
be wrong.
adventure? That's got lots of depth.
I was gonna say pick a
Oh.
oink game, right? Oh,
Oh.
boo, Bob, boo.
That was good, Bob. That was good.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Get
I-
other Bob back.
Yeah, no. You're stuck with this, Bob.
Dang.
Yeah, I picked games that pretty much small footprint, easy to take with you, games you would play while traveling. So literal, I guess.
I have taken these games 2 places.
All right.
player.
They also had to fit inside this bag, which was a prerequisite.
Ooh,
Because I
Ooh.
travel with this
Okay.
bag. So
Okay.
if it doesn't all fit in this bag, it doesn't count.
okay.
I think mine could fit in that bag.
I did kind of, I heard Wes kind of mention earlier that he was going for different games that would serve different purposes. So I did try to pick out, well, this game will work better for this scenario, and this game is for that scenario. And I'll get into those scenarios. So these are all kind of different niches within my collection.
There you go.
Wow, that's another interesting one. What's the weirdest place you've ever set up a board game while traveling?
Oh, your mom.
I mean, I don't know that picnic tables are really all that
Probably
odd, but I've
someplace
done
in the
that.
Say my mom's
a
in a
lot.
box. You could just. It's
That's
probably not that
There's
hard.
a lot of room on that table, though.
Not hard
What-
to play a game
Well,
on there.
Small box, I guess. Technically, I've seen the box.
It's about this.
About that big.
You need a small game to play on it. I'll tell you that.
I did a play test on someone's back once because we didn't have a play surface. So we had one person lean over and literally was the table, and we play tested the game on that person's back. That's probably the weirdest one I've ever done.
That is pretty weird.
I
Yeah.
like Dave's answer.
Andrew, I definitely have done the air mattress in a tent.
Mm-hmm.
I've graduated to the camper, but I've definitely played some air mattress games.
Man, that'd
Yeah.
require
We've seen your air mattress
go,
game,
camping.
Mike. You don't want to be invited to that game night yet.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we have our prereq dealt. Then
The
I guess
caveats
per
have been
usual,
caveated.
we'll start with 5 and start with Bob's 5 and go around the circle. So that means just like the Pacers Knicks series, it's only going to go to 5.
Oh,
All right.
I already got one eye roll out of Bob. So mission
Yeah,
complete.
so
We're going for more.
Mark your bingo card. My number 5. So I technically played this game all the time growing up, not realizing I was playing it until somebody made a board game version of it. But Road Trippin' is a really cool
Yes.
where you're trying to write things out on a license plate, and then people have to try to interpret what you're saying. And we used to do that all the time driving down the road. We'd see somebody's license plate and try to guess, is that trying to say something? What are those letters and numbers trying to mean? But I have this game. I kickstarted it a while ago. We played it, and Tim and I have been talking about busting it back out again sometime soon.
Yes.
And but yeah, no, it's a bunch of fun. Like 2 to 8 players, something like that. You play on teams, and then you're trying to use letters and numbers in a interesting manner to get your point across. And the more numbers you can use while writing, the more points you kind of get.
This game's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. I've not heard of that game before. I like it.
Yeah. But do you ever do that though? When you see a license plate and you see it obviously trying to spell something, and it's basically that in a game form. So
yeah, you're always trying to guess what they said, and we always added that what's the worst answer for what that possibly was.
What that could mean? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's assistant manager is what that means.
I think it's ass muncher, but we're not sure.
But yeah, you get those license plate with the dashes on there, and
yeah, it's good stuff, man. That's a good game.
Yeah,
that's a really good one. Okay, so my number 5 game with travel is gotta be Ticket to Ride. You're building routes, you're traveling all across the country, you're up and down, you're all the side. You could travel Europe, you can travel Scandinavia. They got maps for everything in Ticket to Ride. It's a gateway game, I know.
I hear it's a push your luck game.
It is a push your luck game. You're pushing your luck, getting Mike to play it with you.
It's true.
You thought he got mad during Dark Moon. Like you just watch him play Ticket to Ride. He's gonna lose his damn mind.
Yep. So reveal his path early.
Yeah, he will.
Played Legends of the West this past weekend over the holiday. The whole thing, the legacy version. Absolutely loved it.
Absolutely right on.
It. Yeah, it was great. Absolutely great. Highly recommended.
Glad I couldn't make
it. You say glad I couldn't make it?
Yeah. I did not enjoy my play of Ticket to Ride. And it's not because it's a light gateway game. I experienced Catan really late into the hobby as well. And I love Catan, but Ticket to Ride just did not work for me.
In my opinion, you have to play, if you play regular, you play the Pennsylvania version, which gives you stocks to play, which is really fun. But then you add in Alvin and Dexter, which is the alien and the dinosaur, which stop you from getting routes and all that other stuff. Really, wow. I definitely enjoy them. I have them around.
Your boss taught me Ticket to Ride, and I did not like it.
I'll have to tell Matt that you said that.
Yes, Tim is very mid, as the kids say.
Oh, I am. Opposite of bougie. Wow. So vanilla. Yeah, mid.
Yeah.
But I still bring the Riz.
Anti-hipster today.
That's right.
The kids definitely do say that. That's kind of a big box, Tim.
Well, you said travel games.
Okay.
All right. So is it my turn now?
Yeah.
All right. This is, like I said, this is really.
This is why we start early.
Sorry. Didn't mean to step on your list.
Is that the one you like to play by yourself?
Yeah, right.
True. Very true. I'm going to go. So I needed something in my bag that I can play at all times with literally anyone. And because this game is iconic, it's been around for a very long time. It has had so many different iterations that I think you can't have a good travel bag without Uno. And specifically Uno Flip. And my personal favorite version of Uno is Uno Flip Attack, where it's actually inside of the big monster thing and it throws stuff all over the place. But this is Uno with front and back. So you've got wild draw fours and crazy point the bad thing at the bad person. Lots of really interesting versions of how Uno plays. I really, really enjoy playing a basic Uno game with the additions of this flip mechanic. I think it's a lot of fun. And you can play it with up to 10 people. So it satisfied a niche of I need a game that I can literally play with anybody and can play a large number at the same time.
So if you play by yourself, is that something to sit there and spit cards at you?
Well, that one you can't play by yourself. I have a different game that plays by yourself. This this is a game where I can play with anyone and in a large group.
Got you.
Nice.
Also, follow-up question: have you played the Marvel Uno?
Yeah,
I have not played the Marvel Uno.
it's
yet.
good.
Actually, pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because each character has like their own specialty deck that you're playing, and so yeah, it's pretty interesting. So yeah,
And it's got a time limit basically on it because you can't run out of
if you run out
cards.
of cards, you lose.
You
So,
want to shed your hand or whatever.
Right.
I forget exactly how it works, but yeah.
I think it's something like that. Yeah, you want to shed your hand, but you don't want to. But you're drawing cards from a deck of your own. And you don't want to
Okay.
run out of those cards.
Mhm.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
You don't want to run out of your own cards. I see. That's
Right.
interesting. It's a neat
Yeah.
little side bet. Yeah, I mean, I think if they keep making Uno games that are actually entertaining, then it's interesting to see all the different iterations that they've done on it.
Sure.
But if you haven't played this version of Uno yet, it is worth the opportunity. It's great.
My kids would love this one, I think. So yeah.
Mhm.
Stay tuned for West's second card shedding game, Wild Side Attack.
Yeah! It's
That's where the
metal!
haters are. They just come after you as you're trying to get rid of your cards.
If you want my favorite version, it's Uno Flip inside of the dinosaur, the Jurassic Park Uno spitter.
Oh,
monster
nice.
thing. That it throws a ton of cards all the time, and it's a ridiculous version of the game. I love it.
I love ridiculous versions of games.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, Mike's sitting there in
Right.
judgment of all of our lists so far. So
Yeah.
let's see.
I haven't
what makes
judged
his-
anybody's
Let's
list.
make
I was
his seem so. What makes your list so good?
I was just asking for clarification on why certain games made the list. That's all. So to me, I know a lot of people like to say that cliche phrase, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Wrong. Because when you're traveling, the destination truly is the most important part of the trip. And so that's why you always got to make sure you've got proper directions, because when you're going to a destination, you can't veer too far off the path because, well, resources and gas is not infinite. And if you run out, it's just not going to make for a very good time. So never venture off the path too far. And that is why my number 5 is Path of Civilization.
Okay.
Mike, have you been doing yoga? Mike, have you been doing yoga?
Yeah.
Because that's
No.
a stretch, brother. That is you really are bending and twisting to get to that one.
Yeah, Path of Civilization, great Civ game. It's definitely more of like a Euro Civ game with some tag chasing, but it works really well. I love how you're kind of manipulating tracks and using that to buy better action cards. That action selection, I think, is still truly fantastic. You're going to use 4 out of your 5 cards. That 5th card, you lose it for the game. So it's a very interesting decision each time.
And the
it's a
way that
great
it's
game.
laid out, it going like you lay everything out on the table and you just walk through the process from left to right.
Yep. At
the
the bottom
game-
of the board, it's down there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing. Like playing this game, and you'd think that a game like this would take hours, and it really doesn't. Like, you
Oh,
can
this
play
game
it in an
hums,
hour.
man. This
Yeah.
game
I
really
mean,
hums.
Even with a teach sometimes.
Yes, Andrew. You can
Yeah,
play.
it is.
4
No.
or 5 new people in under an hour. I think I paid about $90 to $100 for mine from
It's
game
a
store.
great game. It is overpriced, however.
It is pricey. If you
Um,
want, Andrew, I can bring my copy to Origins and you can play it and see if you like it before you pick that up. So let me know.
It's really good though.
Mhm.
Yeah, love these trays too. These card trays that you buy for your tech cards.
They're
Don't zoom
fantastic.
in.
Yeah.
Has the benefits
bonuses.
printed right on there. And then when you're done with the game, you just stack them on top of each other and you're done.
Yep. There's a plastic lid that goes over the top one and it stores it all together. It makes the setup.
Yeah,
That box is the exact same size as the Ticket to Ride box.
It's bigger.
It's bigger.
Oh, well, that seems like a mighty big box there, Mike, for traveling.
Like I said, I wasn't hating on your pick. I was just clarifying why it made the list. So it seems like we took a similar path here, Tim.
Ooh,
Oh,
we
he
are
said path,
traveling
but
down a path.
A path.
A path, a path.
Looks like Tim is not the only one with some shenanigans
we
in
know who
his
that
list
is.
tonight.
It's a fight in the box.
Yes, how big
what's
is
up,
it?
Steppy?
It's
What's up,
big
Sappy?
enough to
Seppi.
have a fight in the box.
It
Seppi, if you have to ask, you just should come
That's
to the
right.
party.
It's Star Wars Rebellion size box. If that helps.
It's a
anybody.
big box, yeah. Ooh, will Seppi be at Origins? We will be.
Better be.
Ooh,
There's not even like
another
if
good-
he's not going to be there, why would we? There's not even like a reason for us to go if he's not going to be there.
Yeah, cancel our plans.
Hi, Die.
Yay, die.
Yeah.
Yep, Mike does need a separate suitcase for his games. I agree.
Well, I mean, hey, we didn't say how we travel, so. Do you prefer games about historical travel methods or modern transportation, horses versus planes?
Planes.
I have
boring. I rather do.
I have
horses
said
or
before,
spaceships.
I really like games with modern themes. So yeah, I'll go with modern transportation methods. Take
Wait, did
SkyTeam,
Bob
for
just say
example.
planes are boring? Sky seems like one of your favorite games.
Sure, but if I'm choosing between like knights on horses or spaceships, it would be better.
Okay.
But it's like, all right, we're gonna bring this wagon in, but I'm not talking to you. You must roll your dice and place them hither. No.
I love that idea.
Yeah, right.
You would. Also, I don't think I understand the theme. Yeah, maybe you don't have to.
Yeah, it's not a very thematic Civ game, that's for sure.
It's not dudes on a map.
It is not.
Right. It's kind of it's an
correct.
abstract Civ game, which is fine.
Correct, Nix. You should see the bag I use to carry my games in. It is massive.
It's that rock meme. That
Fight
meme of the
Box
rock
will
carrying
be
this.
at Origins, and it might be at the last show of the year.
Oh, that's a
No.
bomb drop right there.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
no.
not going to happen. Your community won't let it.
Oh no. With that, there's a
And-
story behind that. We need to talk to Seppi.
Andrew, based on my number 5, you may be jumping the gun.
I don't know. I have a feeling your boxes are you started with a big box and you're Russian dolling this and you're gonna get down to a little box. I think your
That would
secret
be hysterical.
I think your secret theme is that all of your boxes fit it within another one.
No,
Uh,
I don't think so.
stay tuned for that one. Steph.
I do love me some Star Realms. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
Star
lie.
Realms is so good.
I have
I play it every
so
day.
much of it. It's not great. It's so wonderful. I do love that game.
All right.
All right, more shenanigans in store. Time for Bob's number 4.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. So number 4 actually played this game while traveling. I think it's a fantastic game. It's an oldie but a goodie. We've been talking about it a lot recently, but Taboo is fun to take with you while traveling.
Mhm.
You just need a buzzer and a card, and you're just trying to read those clues off and get your compadre to say the word at the top without saying any of the words at the bottom. And yeah, this is one of those, like I said, oldie but goodies games that it's evergreen. Right? It's not going to go away. There's nothing never not fun about buzzing somebody when they're wrong on something.
It should never go away. I agree.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
love this.
Yeah, great pick. Definitely came up when we did our party game tiers, which should be coming out fairly soon.
Yeah.
Seppi was asking if we want to try to guess the title of the new Conquest Princess.
Ooh.
Hmm. That's a man. I don't know.
Princess.
You guys would get the sci-fi references that I wouldn't.
We would.
Ooh.
I want it to be something about Barbarella, frankly.
Yeah. It's a. I don't want to say a missed opportunity because Seppi is deliberate and a genius when it comes to like some of those great allegories, right? Those. But it'd be a missed opportunity.
Yes. Yeah, this is true, Dave. I saw somebody with a newer version of Taboo, and I'm like, what in the hell is
Mm-mm.
that?
Dogs are
What
going
you-
crazy because someone's over there squeaking on a toy.
Yeah. What you need to do is just go pick yourself up a copy
From Goodwill.
at Goodwill.
Yep.
Correct. That's
You
where I
can
got
buy the
mine.
new version if you want to get like new cards, if you need new cards. But
Yeah.
yeah, get yourself a buzzer.
Yeah.
If anything, just pitch the cards that are outdated. Like my version has a Palm Pilot card.
Oh wow.
That'd be a
Yeah.
stumper, man. You wouldn't. There's a lot of people be like, "What the heck are you talking about?"
What is
Right.
that?
That's nuts. The Fashion
Fashion
Menace.
Menace.
Oh,
That's
and
great.
Andor was amazing. Yes.
Andor was awesome. Yes.
The Fashion Menace. That is okay.
That makes
Man,
sense.
I
I
gotta
like
get
it.
caught up.
Nice.
That is good. That's some good stuff.
Hmm.
All right. So, my number 4. Well, look, you can't do a travel game without 4X, right? Because you have to travel across the map and take over other people's stuff. And my favorite 4X game, the best one that's out there, is Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. So there's even like tunnels, which then allow you to pop up at other people's areas. So then, because they didn't know you could do that, you got to take your turn back.
Yeah.
And then you're going to go and do the same thing anyways. There's so much traveling. I've traversed this whole board trying to get all of these search tokens, right? Like so that I can unlock or, try to also to trigger the end game before Bob gets good and gets his engine going. So I got to end that game as early as possible so that I still have a really good chance of winning.
I really love the mental gymnastics happening with this. This is
Is
great.
actually
This is my life.
incredible.
What's really crazy is that's normally me that's trying to stretch the limit on this, and I went so hard on this topic. Like I took it deep and forceful and really put a lot of effort and power behind it, and look where we are.
Yeah, here I am just throwing it in your face.
I am just gonna say that when we're done and we do like a quick recap, I've got like the 5 games I would travel with, so we're fine.
We know we have your Alaska list already.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
I thought about digging out that list and just doing your whole list of games you took with you to Alaska.
Nice.
List for you, so you didn't have to do the work.
That's good. That's good.
I got too lazy though all of a sudden.
I did.
Wow.
No, I did too.
Yeah.
I finally picked up a copy of this last weekend.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. Wow.
I mean, I've got mine in what is it? Just 2 boxes, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got everything for it.
Stuff for it too.
I got everything for it, and it's consolidated in 2 boxes. Because again, you can't travel. I mean, what game has actual like boats and airships?
Airships.
Yeah, I mean, you really need to. Yeah, that's also true.
I
did have people on my food list. I have kind of set a precedent.
Yeah.
This is very true. All right, my number 4. So I wanted a game that I could play again with a lot of people that wasn't super like intro to gaming. So I went with something way outside of the bounds of what normal people have ever played, because I also like introducing new games to people. So I have Temples des Schreckens.
Yay!
Which is a great game. You are this is a German game, and I absolutely adore it and love it. It's basically, there's a Cthulhu version of it as well, but it's not nearly as good. You're in the temple, and you're either one of the temple guardians. There's usually only 2 of them, and then, or there's maximum, I think, of only 2 of them. And then there is everybody else are the adventurers trying to get the gold that's in the temple. But the guardians are constantly trying to make you pick the fire so that you get the trap. And it is a hidden role game in a way. Wow, that looked like Laura Croft, didn't it?
A bit.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
No,
Copyright.
That's the version that I have, is that particular version. But the idea behind it is that you have a set of cards in front of you, so say like 5 of them, and you look at them, and then that will tell you how many treasures you have and how many traps you might have. And then you have to shuffle them back up, and then you lay them face down in front of you, so you have no idea where the traps are and no idea where the treasure is. And then someone is in charge of the key, and then they basically say, I'm going to take this and I'm going to unlock this particular door for someone else, and then that person's in charge of the key and they get to make the decision point. But if you're part of the Guardians, you're always lying and saying either you don't have any traps or maybe you have a whole bunch of gold that you don't really have. It is a very entertaining game, and I've played it many times at this point, and it has always ended in a lot of fun for everyone involved. So highly recommend Temple's Distractions.
I have played this with you, West, and I agree. Super
Same.
fun. Love it.
So this is the Don't Mess with Cthulhu? Is that what the...
Yeah. But this says...
It's not bad.
I am not a fan of that version. It's different, and this is, in my opinion, is better.
Well, you know West, he doesn't like things that are different.
Oh, wow. Look at that. According to BG Stats, everybody won but Bob and Nikki.
Oh, I mean,
Lies.
that happens.
Lies. This is why this version sucks. It's the inferior version.
There he is. There's other Bob. He's back. Me, no, because I've never gone through an airport. I guess I've gone through with card games, so no, but nothing like suspicious.
I have definitely been stopped before for board games.
Mike and I got questioned pretty hard at the Canadian border about all the board games that we had. Because like, that's a lot for a weekend. And I was like, well, we're going to a board game convention in upstate New York also. So.
You're like, calm down, Dudley. Do right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, she was like, just like, well, it was a Gloomhaven, right? She's like, I think my boyfriend plays Gloomhaven. And we're like, yes, that is like a board game like that. She's like, oh, okay.
Bob said, boyfriend, hit it, Mike. And then they spit
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Mr. Mike.
Man, it is truly an amazing pick by Tim.
I hope you have that on your list.
I think I'm not going to deviate from my original list. Therefore, I think we all have to remember that there's more than one way to travel. I mean, we all like to comfortably travel in our vehicle by car, but there's also planes and there's boats. And I thought there's no better way to represent that than by being a hero of the land, air, and sea.
This is pretty funny. You guys try to troll each other
on a stretch list.
If you literally are trolling each other and you trolled each other with exactly the same one, that is really funny.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna get the mic. Watch this.
Oh, Mike finally figured out the game in the game.
I didn't just figure it out. I just decided to finally play it.
Start playing.
And my boxes are only going to get bigger, so there's
even better.
I could swap an honorable, but no,
hold on, Mike. Let me just say, I love this pick. I think this is a great pick. This game represents traveling like really well.
No, I agree. And in fact, when I picked it up last weekend, it hasn't even left the bags that I put them in when I acquired them. So they're ready for travel.
There you go.
They really are.
I have brought Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea to meetups and conventions. So I have traveled with it.
I have traveled with it.
Yeah. And don't forget that you can also travel by Siege Engine. So, which is a mini expansion.
I prefer to travel by map.
Yeah, it's faster.
Or by paths. But we already covered that one.
I got the reference, Bob.
Thank you. It's a Muppets thing.
All right. So I guess the trolling continues between Tim and me. Let's get to Bob's number 3.
Yeah, no kidding, Andrew. I'm waiting for the shut down the rundown tag to.
Yeah, like waiting for it. Waiting
I'll
for
give
it.
you my true picks when we're done.
Oh, West.
Oh, these aren't true picks. I feel cheated. Well, my number 3 is actually a great game to play while you're traveling places.
Oh.
I have played this with many family members. And sure, it's just a popularity contest, but when you're on a green team, you win because the green team wins.
Yay, green team wins. Just almost made it into my bag, but it wouldn't fit. So
nice.
Yep.
Yeah, but so everybody's got their dry erase board. Questions are asked. Everybody answers. You flip your answer around, and then if you're right, you're right. You go to the green team to score points. But if nobody else agrees with your answer and you're by yourself, then you go to the orange team and no points will be scored because orange team sucks.
Mhm.
But yeah, green team wins. It's a good one.
Great game.
Orange team does suck.
Yeah.
Orange team does suck. Yeah.
I agree.
That is a really fun game, and it's something you can play with a ton of people. You don't even have to have the same boards. You can literally just play with a piece of paper. Who cares?
Yeah, piece of paper, a phone, anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really fun. Such a great game.
Yep.
All right.
Another fun travel question. You guys ever lost pieces while traveling and then had to make
Ooh.
a
I'd have to travel to lose pieces. But yes, bring replacements.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I've definitely proxied some game pieces before. I can't remember exactly which ones. So.
Somebody shredding something? I hear like a buzz.
So
Oh, that's probably my water heater or my pump just turned on. My water pump.
It's like
I'll give you a good one. I was in Germany at Essen, and someone after opening night, someone stole the dice off the table for the game that I was showcasing, and we had to go find dice that would work with the game that we were showcasing, which was really rough, to say the least. But thankfully, we were able to find some dice and we made it work. But that was tough. That was really tough.
All right. Are we ready for my number 3?
in year 3, yeah.
My number 3. So nothing says travel by map, Bob. And nothing is globetrotting, more globetrotting than Fortune and Glory, kid. Fortune and Glory. You are going all over the world, punching Nazis, finding relics. This is as close to Indiana Jones, the board game, as you're going to get.
Yeah.
Thanks to Flying Frog. I think there's just like had an anniversary edition of this come out. I'd love to get my greasy little paws on it. But
cool, though.
For now, the regular version is going to have to do. But yeah.
I actually have that big old box sitting up top over here.
Yeah, big old coffin box. I got it
That
somewhere.
is a big box.
Yeah, it's a big old coffin box. It's a good
click
one.
on some of those player characters. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that art. That's fantastic.
It's not art. It's cosplayers. It's nerds. That's not art.
Cosplay is art.
Okay, calm down.
The cliffhanger game. That's fun.
You could do some epic stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun.
We had a good time playing this.
Mm-hmm.
Steph, I have played Werewords while driving. That works.
Mm-hmm.
I can just say that I've played Werewords.
Wait, is he saying this one's me?
It could be.
Oh yeah, that is Mike.
Got a little more up top though, hair-wise.
Yeah, Mike. It's Mike's beard with my hairline.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, I kind of feel like any kind of crossing between Tim and Mike would be like a mad scientist looking person.
It would.
Yeah.
That's very true, Bob.
Now
Very
the
true.
dude that's like right there, that's me if I had a wig and could grow a mustache. Like that's a bad wig right there. That's a bad hairpiece.
It's not great.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I aspire to be the dude with the eye patch that was on the other side of the box.
Poke your eye out for you.
So yeah, Fortune and Glory. You're globetrotting, man. You are traveling around the world.
I thought you were going to say Globetrotting because that's actually a game where you're playing.
Oh, yeah, that's a different game.
We haven't actually played that one yet.
Right. I haven't played it, so yeah, it couldn't be on my list.
All right. My number 3 is going to be a difficult one because I don't typically play these kinds of games.
Fun ones?
Yeah. I typically don't play card fighting games. If you know much, you know that I am not a fan of Magic. I don't the living card games and stuff. They don't do well with me. I'm not a big fan. However, there is one game that I do really, really, really enjoy because I do need a 2-player only game in my list of games to play. So I thought really hard about this, and I decided that Flesh and Blood needed to be on my list. If you haven't played this game, it is by far, in my opinion, the best 2-player card battler that is out there. One of the main reasons why I'm not a big fan of Magic and things like that is because you have all these extraneous things that you're throwing out onto the table, and there's all this stuff hanging out there, and it feels like 2 wizards shooting at each other behind this big force field, and like it doesn't really feel like a big fight.
I mean, that is what Magic is.
Yeah, you kind of nailed it.
And that just feels boring to me. So Flesh and Blood is the opposite of that, where it's literally 2 characters and they're just beating the crap out of each other. There's not a whole lot of other stuff that happens on the board. There isn't a lot of magic, and the cards themselves are really interesting. They're funny. It's much more of a in-your-face style, 2 big bad dudes just beating each other up. And it has this really interesting chain mechanism that goes across the center. So you can block stuff by playing cards that you would have played on your turn. But if you can't block everything, then do you want to take some of the damage because it might actually be worth it? You can never gain health back. There's no healing of any kind. So literally the last 2 or 3 hands are usually both people have 1 damage, and it's just who can outlast the other one. Or who can do that 1 extra point of damage that the other person can't block. It's very, very interesting. I really, really like it. I accidentally played it because I walked into this room and I didn't want to be rude when someone was demoing it. And I said, okay, fine, I'll sit down and play it. Why not? And I was hooked. And I now have like 6 different player decks. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend Flesh and Blood if you haven't had the chance to play it. It is by far my favorite of all of those 2-player card battling games.
I have a couple of starter decks, but I haven't played yet.
We definitely need to play.
Interesting. Another fun question by Carlos here. I modify my games to fit into those 3x5 photo cases.
I have a really hard time like changing the integrity of a game. I'm not like super OCD, but like I don't know, like I want the game to be,
closer to original state.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get rid of an insert. Like
Right.
Bob and I, we just talked about that like Sunday, right? Like like Metal Gear, right? We're playing Metal Gear and it's like this insert, it's not great. It's okay for half of the game, right? But the other half, it's a mess. Got rid of it, reorganized it, and it's way better. It's gonna be so much more of a delight.
Set up and everything, yeah.
But that's about as much as I modify so that the box maybe stays shut better, and then maybe a box band or something.
Yeah. I've definitely bought treble versions of some games, which I will maybe touch on later, but yeah.
I like to take to save space. I'll take multiple games and throw them into one box. So I have fit 4 or 5 games into one
Heroes
box
of Land, Air, and Sea.
before. Not even that big of a box. I'm talking like a standard, 13 by 13, like a Cubitos or Ticket to Ride size box.
Sure.
There's games that have plenty of space to fit 3, 4, 5 small games inside of them, and I do that when I travel sometimes.
See, it's hard for me sometimes. Like I took my Kabanga and I sleeved it, but it won't fit in the Kabanga box, so I've got it in a deck box, and I wrote Kabanga, and it still bothers me.
Yeah,
but I still take it everywhere because it's easy to travel and it doesn't fall out.
You should.
It's great.
Cut the Kabanga part off and taped it to the box.
I mean, I still have the box.
Yeah,
I think
that'll sort of look like the box at least.
Right. It'll be like a Frankenstein's, hello, Clarice.
Right.
Like
sticking on the edges
of the box. All right. That was wait, I forget who we were just talking about.
Wes,
it was Flesh and
3.
Blood.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Steph, I've actually put a luggage rack on top of my car to hold more travel games.
Yeah, we did that for Origins, our first year.
For Origins, yes, we did.
Nice.
All right, Wes, what you got?
I did mine. Mine was Flesh and Blood.
His was Flesh and Blood.
Mike.
Yeah, we're waiting for Mike to tell us what incredibly
Wait,
large
call
box.
in real quick.
Yeah, he's gonna bring out Frosthaven or something.
Yeah, so I think we just need to remember that travel isn't just bound to the dimensions of planet Earth. No. In fact, we discovered that man could travel to the moon back in the 60s, and some believe that we will travel to Mars in the near future.
Some believe we didn't even travel to the moon.
And some believe we didn't even pull it off. So that's why a game where alien factions traveling to the end of the universe to try and gather light from a white dwarf star in Last Light Deluxe is my number 3. Because, if you're traveling and you're going to take 2 gigantic boxes, then why play like a 6-hour 4X game when you can play a perfectly legitimate 4X game in like an hour or less?
It's kind of funny that you say this a traveling game when the game tends to boil down to who can get their traveling card back more to do more moving over to gain light.
Mm-hmm.
Who can travel to the middle of the board most frequently?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did actually just sell my copy, not necessarily because I was like unhappy with it, but I was really trying to break even on all the money I spent at Indie Spiel, and it was kind of worth it. So, and I used the surplus that I had to buy a copy of the big box edition of Hansa Teutonica, which I blame West for.
Nice.
Hansa.
I've been trying to get him to play that for years, Wes. Good job.
It's such a good game.
I play with his sister quite a bit.
Listen, dude, she's married.
It looks nice with the LEDs on the table like that.
Yeah, that looks great. I
good.
really enjoy Last Light, and I think it's important to also just kind of know, like, sometimes when you get rid of games, it's not because you don't like them. Sometimes you just prioritize stuff. I mean, that's me telling myself to make me feel better about getting rid of games sometimes.
I think Roy did an amazing job with that game.
He did a great job. Yeah.
The gameplay of it is very, very fun. I enjoy it.
It's easy to teach. It's fast. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did a really good job. I got everything I wanted when I bought it. I got what I expected. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're driving, you don't want something that bounces bright light off of it. Maybe a completely black board so that doesn't happen.
Oh, I thought you were going to say maybe a game that's so heavy it doesn't bounce.
That would work. That would work.
Number 2.
Yep. Number 2 it is.
So before number 2, this is there's a couple versions of this game out. I like the deluxe version. My parents are older. It's easier for them to see the dice in Quicks Deluxe.
Mm-hmm.
All you really need is like a dice tray or something to roll them in, and everybody has little dry erase boards. It's in a small little magnetic flip up box. But Quicks Deluxe is a great little roll and write that's easy to explain and to teach people. And yeah, you can play it like in the car, in the van. I mean, you could technically the driver could play. You just tell him what you roll. He tells you, as long as he knows how to play, he could probably side seat play while he's driving.
Probably. If he really wanted to.
Really wanted to. But yeah, no, I think Quicks is a great little travel game that people should play.
100% agree. 100% agree.
Don't talk about it much anymore.
No, yeah, Quicks is underrated, I think. For what it is, it does a lot of things really well. It kind of gets overlooked because of like the Ganchan Clevers, and things like that. But yeah, it definitely deserves mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna break theme here a little bit because this game does playing it. If you immerse yourself in the theme and in the art, does transport you to definitely different areas of the world than where I live, right? And unlike some of the other games, this one is much easier to transport. But I will say that the box does come open pretty easily in a bag if you don't like secure it properly. So that's a huge knock on it. So, honestly, it probably knocks the game down about 5 points because of that. But I got to say, Wild Side is a great game to travel with. The top of that box comes off a little too easy, though.
It does come off a little too easy. I'm not gonna lie.
I saw that and I was like, well, that's a negative point, like in the review right there.
That's fair.
Bad
fair.
box. Thank God there's good art. Separate yourself from the designer. Heard he's a monster, but other than that, love the publisher. Great publisher. Good company there.
Yeah,
support indie publishers. But no, in all seriousness, though, this is an amazing game to travel with. It's very small. It's very easy to, to fit. You could rehome it in a different box if you wanted, but why would you? That box looks cool. I like it.
Band around it.
Exactly, a travel band.
Yeah, I literally have got a rubber band to put around mine. So, and it fixes it. But if I do that, I can't complain and whine about it to the designer.
Great pick. Man, I like that picture right there. It's well done.
That's a really good. Is that a professional picture, Bob? That looks like a professional picture.
I think it was. Yeah, they'd probably be getting paid for that every time you put that up on the screen.
I think so.
Highly likely.
And Mike, if you haven't done it already, you should drop the website to pick that up in the comments.
Oh, please do.
It's in the description.
Well, okay. I don't know.
Mike's lazy now. He won't do it anymore. He's like, I did my part.
I did it once.
I mean, it's easier to. Okay.
But
you
again,
can't copy and paste from the comments, but you can copy and paste from the description.
Again, like all seriousness though, if you're going to get a game to travel with, this is like one of them. Because again, you can play it anywhere. You can play with anybody. Play with strangers. Like you meet some people on your trip. Like, hey, let's play a card game together. It's a great way to kind of hang out and get to know them a little bit. So Wild Side is my number 2.
Well, thank you for that. That's very sweet. Appreciate
Tim Panders. You can't count Tim Panders because it wasn't my number 1.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Is there a Pander Bear in the Wild Side? I'm not sure.
There should be. It's a Tim card.
No, it's a Tim card. He's the Pander Bear.
I don't want to steal one of Bob's picks, but yeah, I mean, you could throw several of those on this list.
Yeah.
Roll and write games.
Oh, there's a ton of them.
Yeah. Right now, my favorite.
But I think they want good ones, and there's not a ton of them. Hey,
the Dice game is great. It's a bit heavy for a travel game,
though. Dave, you're not wrong. It's funny. Okay, I'll tell you this really funny story really fast.
It's about you falling in the river.
No. That's a different story. Okay. No, back in high school. This is apropos of high school. So my wife, my current wife, Kelly and I, we date. Never introduce your wife as your current wife. That's terrible.
Oh, yes. My wife at the moment.
My wife and I dated in high school, and one of the reasons why we broke up was she thought I was a bad boy because I skipped school so much. Literally, I was the biggest freaking nerd in high school. I just didn't like going to school, and I didn't have anybody make me do it. I didn't do anything bad, and until I was about 2 years out of high school, maybe 1 year out of high school. Then I got into my wild side. But there were people that just made assumptions, my wife included, that I did have a pretty wild streak. So yeah, I guess I identify with wild side.
Oh, I have a very difficult decision here because I have
Put your own game on there.
Are we? Well, no, that one's already been put up there, so it's good. Do we have an honorable mention before one?
No. We do them all later. Do them
Okay.
all later. That way it doesn't step on anybody else's list. Not that there's a chance of that happening tonight.
Also true.
Normally there's a chance, but when you've got two of the ding dongs on this channel actively trying to troll each other at the same time,
very true.
We don't get the honorable, the crossover that we might normally get.
In that case, then I will go with my straight up list. And as I stated, I had to have a game that was a 2-player game. I had to have a game that was easy for everybody to play, that could play multiple people. And then I had to have a game that was really good at 1 player. So I had to have a solo game that you could travel with. And my absolute favorite solo game that you can travel with, that you can literally play anywhere. I've played this game in an airplane. I've played this game traveling on a bus. I've played this game sitting waiting for people at a convention, and I didn't have a table. You mentioned what's the weirdest place you've ever played a game. How about in your hand? And that would be Palm Island. If you've never played Palm Island before, you literally play the game in your hand. So you take these cards, and as you're playing the game, you're turning them and flipping them because it gives you different abilities with each card, and you have to pay for things. But you literally hold the cards in your hand as you're playing. I thought this was a really cool concept when I saw it the first time, and then I bought the game. If you buy this game, buy the plastic cards, because you will love this game and you will play the heck out of it, and the plastic cards make it so much better. Like you see people have them sleeved here, and that's crazy. It fits so perfectly in this little plastic, or this little leatherette container here. But the other interesting thing about it is there are actually feats that you can do. I'll pull out my little card here. So as you're playing, you can earn bonus cards by completing feats. And as you'll see, I've done all but 2 of them at this point because those 2 are freaking hard. I've played this game like probably 50 or 60 times at this point, and I have yet to defeat those last 2. But if you do, you get specialty cards that you can use to play the game, and it makes it even more entertaining and interesting. So it's very addictive in that sense, and I highly recommend it if you've never played it. It's also not that expensive, even with plastic cards.
Nice. I love it because West has seen like so many games just from like his travels and his experiences and like his poor taste, and so like he really brings in a lot of different.
It's true. It does. I do bring in a lot of different games. It's very
you
true.
do. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right, Mike, how can you alienate our guest tonight? I'm trying. He's still here though.
Yep, we're trying, and somehow they're still here. All right. Does anybody still travel with a blanket in their car during winter months? Like, that used to be a really common thing. Like when I first got my license during the winter, my parents were like, make sure you got your jumper cables, you got gloves, you got a hat, and you got a blanket
underwear
in the back of your car just in case you break down during the winter months. So I thought, what better game to travel with than a game where the board can double as a blanket? And so naturally, I'm traveling with War Room.
What?
Because this board is
It's
big
huge.
enough.
That mat is huge. It's the size of my hot tub.
I love that I got Tim with one here.
Oh, that's good. Well, yours was good, and then West's reaction made it even better. I'm not taking anything away from you, Mike. It's a fantastic pick. And I agree. Also, you're traversing the world.
And dropping bombs.
The whole world. And if you ride with Mike, you know he's dropping bombs.
Dropping some bombs.
Yeah. So.
Especially if there's a White Castle trip.
Oh my
yo.
Oh man, White Castle. No, thank you.
Yes, thank you. All of it. Every time.
Yeah, thank you. Wes, if there's one on the way to Columbus, we're gonna be there. I'm just saying.
Oh God. Yeah, all right.
Don't worry, 3 of my windows work.
It's not the one.
The fun part is figuring out which ones.
Definitely not the one on the passenger side. Otherwise, how would he keep the girls inside?
That's it. I'll give Wes some credit. He and I definitely stopped for some Popeyes.
Yeah, man.
Extra spicy, no
That's right.
problems.
That's right.
So yeah, I mean, definitely make sure you grab a spare blanket, and that is the war room board.
Yeah,
It's a blanket.
I do legit have a Cubs blanket that I keep in my car. And it's good in the summer too, because if you go somewhere and you want to put a blanket down so you can sit on grass, kids go to a splash pad and they're wet, you got a blanket you could throw over the seat. You know, Bob's riding with you and you gotta, give him a little encouragement. You put the blanket over his lap, you're on the way, you're good.
Wow.
Bob with a knowing smile, like, oh yeah,
that sounds good.
Just when I thought I was out,
you throw him back in.
A little bit of interstate noggin never hurt anybody. But yeah, Andrew is sick of the picks. Don't worry, when we do the wrap up, I'll give you my real picks. So you'll still get 5 travel games out of me.
I don't think that's what they want at this point. I think they just want it to be over.
Yes, they just want to be over.
You might be right.
They're just begging for mercy at this point.
I mean, we crossed over on Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea.
Mike, that was incredible. I have gained so much respect for you tonight.
That was not
you must have gained what I lost. So.
Oh shit! I needed these laughs so much tonight. All right. It's great. Good stuff.
I guess let's put the people out of their misery and finish this list with our number ones.
All right. So for my number one, this is actually a game that many years ago, I used to play it all the time with my mom, and we played it quite a bit. And then we bought a travel version so we could take it with us when we go places because pieces would shift and move. So we bought a magnetic board. It came out in the year 1630.
Ooh.
But Backgammon is a great travel game. We have a little suitcase version that you can get and take with you to set up places. If you want to play in the car, they've got magnetic versions so the chips don't slide around and a place to roll your dice. But it's just a classic game of it's basically a roll and move, but it's done very interestingly because you're not just you can split the dice up, moving a 1 and a 3 or 4 for one piece. Like it's just it's an old classic game that doesn't get
great
old.
game.
Oh, you
Great
know what?
choice, Bob.
Let me just tell a story about Bob that he may not remember. You ready for this, Bob?
Probably don't. Yeah, he smoked a lot of weed, so
yeah, fair. Used to. No, no. So the first time I played backgammon, Mr. Hooper taught me how to play this game. And I should have seen this coming. Because Bob taught me how to play the game and then absolutely mopped the floor with my ass. Now, this was back before Bob and I both played hobby board games. Like we played, we dabbled in everything, but we were mostly like Magic and role-playing game, players. Like that kind of friends, right?
Yeah.
Bob's like, oh, backgammon, I'll teach you how to play it, blah, blah, blah. He opens up like a little case thing.
Yep.
Teaches me how to play. I'm like, oh, that's easy, right? And then he just smokes my ass.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay. I don't know that I've ever played backgammon since.
Yeah, so it's good to know that I'm consistent with my teaching methods. Let me teach you this game. Smash!
All the
Never
rules.
play this game again.
And I was too naive at the time to realize maybe Bob shouldn't teach the game. Or it's not that Bob's not a good teacher, but maybe like I should have known then, hey Bob, like pump the brakes on a teach so that people will want to play games with you in the future. Because Bob does a great job at teaching games. I as long as he remembers to throttle back a little bit. But yeah, that's funny that you said backgammon.
Yeah. No, so
My
the
dad
key is
and I
you got to
used to-
knock them out and then keep two across on your side so they can't roll and put their dudes back out. And as long as you keep like those white ones right there, that one with the 3, move it over to the 2, and then you're pretty safe because as long as they don't roll a 1 or a 2 to get off the bar, they're stuck there and you're just you're gonna win.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that game. It's a vicious game.
Oh yeah, and I thought I was just bad at it. It turns out that
No.
Bob is just a vicious player and a vicious
Yeah.
kid.
Yep.
And I was bad at it. It was all three things
Combo
combined.
platter.
It was a combo platter. No, that's so funny though, Bob, when you brought up backgammon, and that is my one experience with backgammon was playing with you.
That's funny. Tim's got one BG stat from back in like 2002, and it's that game.
I will say to Bob's credit, we're still really good friends. He was still in both of my weddings since then. So something stuck. Not the wedding, but at least Bob. Okay, so back on theme for my number one. Somebody that really panders and somebody that's dishonest with their list would put Galactic Cruise as their number one. With going what I've done, right? You're traversing the galaxy. But I don't like that game. I played it. It did not have a good time. Watch our review. So my true number one had to be the game that I love the most, that I've traveled the farthest to play. So that's like the big twist on my number one. I didn't drive. I was a passenger princess with West all the way to Syracuse, New York, with a stop at a garbage microbrewery because it had a flamingo on the front. And I ain't mad that we stopped because we had to know, right? There was the only
We had to know.
we had to know. But right, West, it was a garbage microbrewery.
It was a garbage microbrewery. They didn't even have like any shirts with flamingos on them. Like, what the hell?
What a waste of time.
Microbrewery.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
What a
Missing
waste of time.
opportunities there.
Yeah.
What they could have sold, they could have had dollars in sales
Dollars.
had they had a flamingo somewhere on anything.
Anything.
But all that aside, Tumbling Dice is my favorite game that I have traveled the farthest to play.
It's
It is.
so good. It's so good. I'm not even going to fight you on this one because the game is so good. It actually has 3 different versions, one of which is actually a travel version. So
It does
I
have
can't
a
even
travel
fight you on
version.
that one. Yeah,
It
it really
does have a travel version. I saw that.
Seriously.
I did break down and buy the Eagle Griffin version. It should be here by the end of the week. I can't wait to see what it looks like because it's supposed to be big and it's got all the same scoring stuff. I did a ton of research, and my wife gave me the go ahead to get one.
Is it plastic or wood?
I don't know
Plastic.
yet. I think it's plastic.
Yeah,
But
it's plastic.
to have one imported from Portugal, because I didn't have the wherewithal to get it last year when Bob was in Portugal, it would have been over $200. So I opted to not spend half that.
Right.
And
they probably would have stopped me on the way through customs.
They probably would.
They want to know who this Canadian assassin I have with me is.
Right.
Like, it's my friend Reed. So yeah.
So yeah, Jim, I married Bob once when it first became legal, and then we had to renew our vows real quick once the administration changed, because we thought it was about to become illegal. So we really just wanted
fool
to
me
recommit.
once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Won't get fooled again.
Can't get fooled again.
I have to say, like, this is one of those games where I refuse to buy anything other than the original, and I desperately want this game so bad. But you're dead on. It is a $200 to $300 game to find a all wood version of the first one, and man.
So that's how much I love this game, West. My quest for the original has not ended.
Yeah.
I just need something to hold me over.
Sure.
I need a fix. I need
fair.
a fix.
What the worst thing happened to me was that a friend of mine messaged me and said, "Hey, is this a good trade?" This guy messages me a lot, and he's like, "Is this a good trade?" And he had someone was looking for had tumbling dice as an option, and he traded away a copy of the heck was it? It was a copy of Endless Winter. A copy of Endless Winter for a tumbling dice, and it was like a deluxe version, granted, of Endless Winter. But I was like, man, I would do that all day, all day. And I love I love Fantasia games, but I think
I love Stanley Kordowski, right? Like,
yeah,
so yeah.
But man, I was like, yeah, you need to do that trade twice, because seriously, tumbling dice is so good.
It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Yeah, I have not given up. I have offered 2 different people on BGG Galactic Cruise tumbling dice, and they have said, I don't want to ship it. Yeah. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I will pay for the shipping.
Yeah, no kidding.
Get me that Nash version of tumbling dice right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Need the Nash.
Yeah.
But man, that's good. That was a good one. That's a good one.
I was when doing this list, and I knew I was going to be a turd about it. I was literally like, what's my favorite game that I've traveled the farthest to play? Because I wanted that to be my number 1, and hands down, it was tumbling dice. Hands down. I'm not going to deny that I thought about like just mugging Googs and taking his copy.
Didn't he say he had 2?
Oh,
he has 2 copies.
If he's got 2, he's selling me one.
No, he's not, because he's got one for himself and one for the
library.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I will just bother Goog so badly if he's got
so
2.
Good. I'm telling you, if literally anyone in the audience, if you get a chance to play it, you have to play it, and if you get a chance to buy it, like literally buy it. It is just a fantastic game.
And the Rossies, they played it with us. This was our end cap game every night at QSCon, and it just does what I love in board games so much. It just brings people together. We're all having a good time. And
do you get rowdy though?
Oh, we're rowdy with Flip 7. Come on, we're rowdy with a deck of cards. Are you kidding me? We're rowdy with with Wild Side, which is like 3 decks of cards. You know, we're rowdy. Yeah, man. This is an absolute blast, and it's also ginormous, so it totally also fits.
The original one, I think, is the best one.
This one on BGG, it's referred to as Tumbling Dice Medium.
That's the Fairy version.
Yeah, the Furdy version is not the version we played.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like, it's a good mix of the two. The Eagle Griffin is smaller, and then the Fairy version is the medium-sized one, and then the Nash version is the really big one. It's the original one,
the monster
made by the creator, and that is by far the best version. It's got the most stuff. It's better. It's
the
designed
monster.
to be that specific
Bigger
way.
board.
But the Fairy version is still really good. If you can only get one, get the medium-sized one. Most people seem very happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and if anybody out there watching wants to trade me a tumbling dice,
there it is.
Even if it's
I
a
will
30.
Rochambeau Tim for it. I'll start. Give
me a 30. I will. Hold on. West and I will have a kissing contest. First one to stop loses. Usually it's the first one to stop is gay.
Buddy.
You got to kiss, and the first one to stop is gay.
Yeah. If I get a copy of Tumbling Dice at the end, I'll lock lips forever, man. Let's make this happen.
I love it. Anyways, tumbling dice is had to stop. Yay, Chris, thank you. Please shut down the rundown, guys. Like, subscribe, do all those things. Shut
True.
it down.
I heard if we got enough thumbs, they'd shut it down.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear that.
Anything's possible these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So someone asked earlier, have you ever modified a game, a box, to be able to make it more travel friendly? And I will say that I don't do that, generally speaking. There are a few exceptions. Sometimes, like if a game has a bag inside of it and all the pieces will fit inside the bag, I will do that. I will take the bag with me and leave the box. But I'm a big purist because I like to have people be able to take pictures of the game. And if you don't have a bag or a box, then it's not the same.
I agree.
There is one game on my list that I got for free by going to a convention. They were just passing it out, handing it out to everybody. It was a demo copy of the game in a very small box. And I said, well, this game can't be that good if they're just giving it away. I mean, if it's free, it can't be great. They're just trying to get as many people to play it as possible. And then I played it. And I was like, holy crap, this is probably one of the best games I've played, certainly in the last 10 to 15 months. And that's saying something because your boy plays a lot of games.
Yeah, he does.
But the retail version of this particular game is in a giant box, or at least was in a giant box.
They changed
it.
it.
Was in a giant box. And
it's in a smaller box now.
So now it's in a hanging size, smaller box. And if you've never played this game, Flip 7, you're doing a disservice to yourself and everyone else.
It's only slightly better than Wildside.
I absolutely love this game. I have never played this game with anyone who hasn't enjoyed the heck out of it. It is the perfect balance of stupid fun and ridiculous push your luck. And even if you suck and it breaks you and you're like, oh, this stupid game, you can't not want to play it again. And to me, that is literally it's the showpiece of a game when you could say, oh, I hate this game, but I love it so much and I just want to keep playing. I have shown this game to people who are not board gamers, and almost to the person, they have gone out and tried to buy the game.
Yeah,
it is absolutely fantastic. It's currently up for the Spiele. It deserves it. This is an amazing game. I absolutely love this game. I can't say enough wonderful things about it.
How did this game not win the Ops Game of the Year? It was a version of Uno, and I'm sure it went just by sales. But
and Uno had name recognition.
Because here's the thing about Flip 7, no bullshit, and I want to be like friends with the person who made this game. This is the game, right? This is the kind of game that is the best thing for the industry. When I had the opportunity to hang out with Eric Lang and talk to him, like, this is the game that Eric Lang wants to design. This is the game he wants to crack to get into the industry in a way where you hit the mass market and you hit the hobbyists at the same time. You bring everybody together under the same tent and have an awesome time, because the concept is basically blackjack, right?
Everybody
basically, yeah.
So everybody, non-gamers, whatever, basically understand how to play. The teach is 35 seconds. You're doing it wrong if it takes longer than that. This is just one of the most perfect games I've ever played. It really is. I freaking love this game. I'm crazy for it. Absolutely crazy for it.
It says right now they're the greatest card game of all time.
Yes.
And that's why I was surprised that Wildside didn't say second greatest card game of all time.
Well, that's the key. That's why the Flamingo is this number 2 card, because second's best, first is worst.
Oh, okay.
The one with the hairy chest.
Makes sense.
So,
Listen, West.
I can't wait for the Panda Bear expansion, though.
West, I love you, and I would give you my leg if you needed it. But
oh no,
Flip 7 is just a little bit better than Wildside.
It is 100%. I will tell you that I've played this game so many times. I have now purchased 3 copies of this game.
Oh shit!
Because when my friends love it, I also give it to them right away because
Mhm.
it's just so good. This particular copy is the promotional one that I got at the convention,
Yep. We're
and
buying
it
no
is
power.
now made it into my permanent collection with the sticker and
It's got
everything.
the
I will
sticker.
never let this go.
No.
This is such a great game. If you haven't played it yet, please do yourself a favor, go buy it. You won't regret it. It is darn near a perfect game.
I mean, like you literally can play this with anyone.
Hmm.
It is, I mean, it's the perfect game for that reason, right? Like, not everything's got to be Twilight Imperium or Eclipse, or Agricola. Like, you can have fun for 5 minutes and play this game. God, I love this game.
For 5 minutes all the time.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
That's
Doesn't even
definitely
take
a
me 5
sticker of
minutes.
me.
Well,
But
yeah,
Pat's
you can get
pretty awesome too. I love Pat. He's a great dude.
I took this to work after Gen Con, and like 3 people there bought it. Like after I showed it to them, like, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are not gamers.
No, they are not. I can testify for the
Yeah.
people that Bob, one person that Bob works with actively decides not to learn new games because he likes one game, and that's the only game he ever wants to play. And it is about as far from Wildside as you could get. Or, I mean, also from Wildside, but as far from Flip 7 as you can get.
Yep. It's such a great game. I just can't say enough wonderful stuff about it. It's definitely certainly my game of the year, and it likely will remain in my travel bag for as long as I can possibly keep it there.
It's just one of the best games ever.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
It definitely is.
All right, let's get back to
Top that shit, Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
actual travel games.
I hope West loves yours as much as he loves mine, but not really, because I want to win. Let's go.
He does. He actually does.
Oh,
So I stand a chance here. Actually,
Okay.
I know where Mike could go with this.
unlike West when we played this last time.
Some shit.
So
If there are tulips in this game, I'm shutting my computer right now. I'm just shutting it.
It's the game Mike traveled the furthest to get.
I did consider it.
Okay.
That's actually not entirely true, Bob. I did travel to another country to buy it, but I just thought, anything can happen when you're traveling. Why not have a game that doubles as a method of defense? Why not have a game that can actually be a sled in the country that you buy your crokinole board in? So my Tracy crokinole board is my number one.
Oh, so you had to say Tracy, because if it was a Mayday board, you would have, West would have jumped off that boat so fast without a life preserver. He's like, fuck it, I'll swim.
All the way over here.
I've already gotten so much play out of that board, and it was, definitely one of my favorite purchases of last year. And I did travel all the way to Canada and buy this directly from Jeremy Tracy. So,
also, like West, notable villain in the industry.
He's Canadian.
And he's not as good as Crokinole as you think he would be.
Oh, what? Because Mike beat him?
True.
No.
I am terrible at Crokinole. But I will tell you this: the Crokinole is one of those games where, yes, the entry point, if to get a good one where you're actually going to enjoy yourself and have a really good time, is high. And I'm not going to lie about that. But it is one of those games where you're like, okay, well, let's just play a game of Crokinole, and you sit down and you play, and then you don't just play one. It's like a freaking Pringle. You got to play it like 16 times. It's ridiculous.
That is true.
And the cost of play, if you ever track that, which is a very interesting statistic, everyone should do this, because there are games that you buy and it's like, oh, this play cost me $150, and you're like, crap, and you play it once or twice and then, okay, well, now you're done. My cost of play for Crokinole has to be under $1 at this point. Probably close to like 25 to 30 cents a play, because I played it that much, because it is so much fun. It's so satisfying. I mean, I have multiple Crokinole boards at this point. It is it's fantastic. Such a good, fun game that everyone should at least try if you haven't had a chance yet.
So as much as it disgusts me to agree with Mike, I took my Crokinole board to a like a weekend getaway with some friends that are not board gamers. And we played Flip 7. They absolutely loved it. I also set up my Crokinole board, and the minute I got people to start playing it, it was like, oh, like everybody's sitting at the table playing Crokinole and I get winner. I want to play. I can do that. I want to play. Fantastic game. Also, not only serves as a sled, Mike, you didn't go where I thought you were going to go, but if you buy the right kind of bag, it serves as a shield.
It does.
I did say it was a method of self-defense.
You did, but I think it was a little undercut by the other things you said. But I'm just saying, it definitely works as a shield. Great pick, and I hate saying that.
I do want to point out, though, while the board is by far a superior board, the Mayday bag is much nicer for carrying it to travel in.
I actually have to agree with that. And knowing that Brown Castle will be at Origins, I'm getting a bag from them at Origins because unfortunately the Tracy bag leaves a bit to be desired. But
there's no padding in it really and stuff like that. I mean, it's okay. But like the Mayday one's got like a nice padding around the rim to kind of help with that. It's got the nice shoulder strap, which is nice, and it actually hangs on my wall really well with that. So yeah, I swapped mine out. I have my Tracy board in my Mayday bag, and then my Mayday board in.
It's crazy that they don't catch fire like in the same.
Yeah.
It's the quality of the Tracy board just refuses to burn.
What's that Canadian coldness up there?
Yeah. Well, I thought you were going to say the Canadian politeness. They're like, okay,
dude. I tell you what, like I'm almost kind of if you drive up there, like, dude, I'm getting honked at. The light's not even green yet. I'm like, they're kind of rude drivers. Gonna say, nice people, rude drivers.
Hey, you know what? Like, look, call people out. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Toronto drivers were actually very aggressive. I was surprised by it.
I think it's because they're big city drivers. Sure. I think you're just going to find that stuff in the larger cities.
Well, it's hard to drive when you've got a beer in your hand. So
it is.
Yeah, beer and poutine. You got like a big old poutine there.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
Yeah, and your hands slipping off the shifter from the maple syrup from breakfast.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Make it a good one. This is a jelly.
That gas pedal.
Oh, my toque fell over my eyes. I didn't see the light change. Sorry about that. Sorry, boot that.
Sorry.
Right. Sorry. Right, so before we
the other thing is like all their heads when they talk, they move like this, right?
Yeah, they're floppy heads. Yeah, floppy heads.
Mike wouldn't know anything about that because he doesn't like South Park.
Please, can I finish?
Can I finish?
Okay, finish.
Okay.
Hey, buddy.
You are racist.
Mike.
Really good, Bob.
Yeah.
Disturbingly good.
That's what most of Bob's companions say at the end of the day.
It's true.
After a Tinder date. That was disturbingly good. Not what I expected.
Be sure to leave a 5-star review.
Would do good though for some reason. Not really sure why.
Mr. Rice Cream.
Oh my gosh.
Now that you're done creaming in your rice, would you like to share what your maybe legit top 5 that you'd like to travel with would be?
Sure. Do we all just want to do a recap of our 5 through 1?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
And then I'll give you my real picks when we do that.
Okay.
Same.
All right. So number 5 for me was Road Trippin'. Number 4 was Taboo. Number 3 was Green Team Wins. Number 2 was Quicks Deluxe. And number 1 was Backgammon.
Okay, so my fun top 5 was Ticket to Ride is number 5. Number 4 was Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. Number 3 was Fortune and Glory. Number 2 was Wild Side. And number 1 was Tublin Dice. Now, if I'm going to go with games that I would legit travel with, because here's the thing is when I travel, I'm either traveling with my wife and kids to go to God knows where, or I'm traveling to see family from out of town, and I'm going to exclude my sister and brother-in-law who are hardcore gamers. So games that I would and have traveled with would be like Codenames, Green Team Wins. I would 100% put on like Blank Slate, right? Easy to pack up. And then after that, it's got to be Wild Side, and my number 1 has to be Flip 7. I mean, it just has to be. Sorry, West. I genuinely love Wild Side, and I'm legitimately excited about it and love showing it to people. And as a matter of fact, Bob and I probably will be actively showing it to people for the next 4 days or 3 days, right?
3, sir.
3, sir. Well, I'm working 4 days. You'll be working 3. But yeah, man, I mean, Wild Side is honestly that much fun and that good and that accessible for people, especially for people that aren't gamers. Like, it's the best game for a gamer to have in their collection next to Flip 7, because those 2 games, you are going to play with people and they're going to want to play more games with you. And that is the best thing a board game can do. Do my all-time favorite board games always do that? No, absolutely not. But I will always hold a very special place in my heart for games that get people to want to play more games with me. And if it's got to be Flip 7 and Wild Side, I will play that game 10 times over and over just because they're having a good time. So,
well, that is incredibly high praise. I appreciate that.
Oh, wait. Did I say Wild Side? I meant anything else.
All right. So going over mine again, we have Uno Flip for that simple game that everybody can play and that is entertaining enough for you to keep it interesting and light. Everybody needs a fun hidden roll game, so we've got some Temples des Schreckens.
Great game.
Fantastic little game. You got to have something that you can play by yourself. So, oh wait, first we got to do this one. That 2-player card game that I generally don't like, but Flesh and Blood, if you're going to play a style of Magic type game, please try this. It is really, really good. I highly, highly recommend it. Playing something by yourself, a solo game, you need some Palm Island. Just play this literally in your hand. You can take it anywhere you want with you. It fits in your pocket and you can have a great game. And then last but not least would be Flip 7. It is literally one of the greatest games I have ever played. I do have an honorable mention for if you want a smaller box game that still packs a punch in a really good way, and it's very interesting and is hard to get right the first time you play. Far and Away is a fantastic game.
Ooh, dude, I played that with you at QSCon. And I thought about putting this on there as a funny thing because you're traveling and then you travel back.
There was one of my am I going to put it on there because it's a funny, kitschy theme thing, but it still fits inside the box if I don't carry everything that I usually carry with me.
It does.
A little bit bigger. But I do really, really, really enjoy that game. It is, it's a lot of fun.
Great
getting to play cards backwards. It's a very unique game, and it's one that I usually carry with me for those people who are that upper level version of gamers that are looking for something fun to do and play together. It's a lot of fun.
Well, the hardest part about that game is remembering that you're going to play it backwards. And that's the game part of it, right? Like the gamer part, like, ooh, like I need a chunky, crunchy game. Like that's where you get them. So yeah,
For those of
great
you that
pick.
don't know, most games when you're engine building, you build from one side to the other, and then you run the machine from the start to the end. With this, you're actually building the machine backwards. So the cards that you put down first are actually the last cards that get played,
Mhm.
because when you get all the way to the end, you flip everything over except for the very last card, and then you score stuff moving backwards. So it is ridiculously difficult to get your brain to wrap around doing it properly. Once you've done it once, then you've got it and you understand it. But that first time you're playing, even though someone is literally telling you over and over again, remember this engine runs backwards. So the card you play first is the last card you score. So make sure that's a really high value card that's going to be challenging to get. And you put the easier cards towards the end. It doesn't matter. People still screw it up every single time.
Oh,
But man, it's a good game.
100%. 100%.
Lots of fun.
Mike, your list and your real list.
Wow.
Um,
Is that like
Yeah,
goop?
it was-
Is that like a candle made from Unda?
I don't know exactly. I just saw that I saw that Evan posted something about it being a Cheech and Chong movie. I don't.
No.
not
Which
sure.
one?
Nice dreams. He was making a joke.
Nice Dreams
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
is a Cheech and Chong movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Real
So there
stoners
you
would
go.
know that.
I just looked up rice cream just to see what I'd find. All right. So my joke number 5 was Path of Civilization. My real number 5 is Wine Cellar from 25th Century Games.
Oh, also again, terrible person as a designer, but a
Yeah, you
great
gotta
game.
separate the game.
Yeah.
Separate those.
Yes,
He-
yeah.
God, I
he
love
also
Andrew
has a tool of
Styles
game.
almost as much as I love West. It's really tough.
Yeah.
Andrew's
It's-
pretty
it's-
great.
He's all right.
but
He's such a
He's
nice
all right.
guy. He'll actually buy you a shot of Malort and then sit back and watch you drink it.
He will. He will. And then cackle like a
Yeah, and take a
madman.
picture of the before and after.
Yeah.
True. It's very true.
Ever since I have gotten that pre-production copy, I have taken it literally everywhere and just trying to get people to play it. And then I had a pre-production copy and still backed it because I wanted a legit copy. So easy pick for number 5. My number 4 is a new one from Thunderworks Games, and it's Emerald Skulls.
Nice.
Um,
Had fun. Had fun
yeah,
playing this.
Gambling on somebody rolling dice and their results. I have the deluxe, which comes with in a much bigger box, but the standard version just comes in a cartographer size box, which also is a fantastic travel game. My number 3, also a newer game, Castle Combo. A fun little game from Panasaurus. Building a 3x3 tableau, trying to get tags to combo off of each other. Very fun. I knew everybody was going to go with Flip 7. It would have been my number 2. So I'll go with Bezier's trick-taking game, Xylotar, which I like quite a bit. I appreciate that this has deduction in it, and you don't know what your hand is, but you know what the hand is to the person to the left because you sorted their cards and put them face down for them. And you're using that deduction of this suit has these numbers. And now that I've played cards, I kind of know what's left in my hand because they are sorted based on strength right to left. Then my number 1 is definitely my favorite roll and write game now, and it's Fleet the Dice game. Just absolutely love this one. Gives me everything I want in a roll and write game. It's got replayability. It's got tons of combos. It's got different ways to strategize each time you play. So that is my true 5 travel games.
Great picks. Great picks, Mike. Again, mad respect for you going the same direction that I did with my list. I hit Bob with this last night. I was like, oh, I'm going to get Mike so good. And I even told West like a minute before you hopped on, oh, I'm going to get Mike.
And then you both trolled each other.
We trolled each other. That
They're
is
both under the bridge. Like, I'm going to get that guy.
Yep.
That might be my favorite thing that's ever happened on this show. So good job, Mike.
And then we crossed over on our troll pick.
Yeah, we did.
With a game with
the craziest part.
So
that is the craziest part.
With multiple massive boxes that make it a terrible travel game.
I do say now that like I called it and it didn't work out, and I wish I had done it, was the Russian doll thing, right? Like the big box, and then you go smaller, 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 smaller. As I said that as my prediction for your list, I was like,
You're like,
damn,
that
that's
would've
what
been a
I
good idea.
should have done. And I'm slightly relieved you didn't do that, because I would have been so disappointed in myself
We're not
if
thinking
you
of
had
it.
thought of that before me and I didn't do it. So, because I'm not
You'll get credit
competitive,
for thinking
Wes,
about
You're
it
not
first.
competitive.
I'm
Not at all.
competitive.
Tim is definitely not competitive.
I'm not competitive.
Nope.
Even though I did yell at Bob like a week ago for when we were playing a game, and he got really mad over a potential ruling, and I'm like, Bob, calm down.
No, it was a card. It wasn't a ruling. It was a why would you take that card? That card is obviously not the best pick for
Oh,
you. Yeah.
please continue.
It's like that card was the best pick for you, and you're like, well, I couldn't afford that card. Like, oh, I couldn't see your money. And I
Yeah,
was like,
but
I-
Bob's
I-
yelling at me because he didn't like my play because I
It
wasn't.
Don't worry,
Did
it's
you
all
put
on
this
film.
card?
It's gonna be up for Patreon. But no, it's like because there were two cards I could buy, and I'm like, well, there's no reason that either one of them would buy this one card, so I'm gonna buy this other card because the other one should be there for me. And then Tim buys it. I'm like, what are you doing?
He was
That
so
other
mad.
card is clearly better for you.
He was so mad.
I was very
That's
mad.
funny.
I love it. Here's the thing is I am just really grateful that my friends are just as insensitive jerks as I am when it comes to playing games.
Well, it makes carpooling to the insensitive jerk anonymous like a lot easier.
It does. It
That's
does.
true.
It really does. West. Thank you.
I have one
Oh.
more thing before we go.
No, we don't have to go.
What-
Listen.
Yeah, I wanna say this one thing for this is gonna sound like an ad, but I don't care
Do
because
it.
this thing has helped me so much. And one of the things that I was thinking about when we did this topic was how frustrating it is sometimes to get to like smash things into other boxes, and oftentimes it warps your boards. And then
Mhm.
you've got these boards that just don't lay flat, and it really ticks me off. Ticket to Ride is one of those that I've played multiple times where every now and again that board warps just a little bit, and it's really frustrating. And this thing I found the other day, actually I've had it for a while. It's called Board Butler. It's these little plastic pieces, and they go just over top of all those creases in your boards, and it makes everything lay flat. I cannot tell you how frustrating it is for me to play a game when the board isn't flat, and this fixed every single board I have ever played that doesn't fit right. I now carry these with me in my travel bag, which is the reason why I want to talk about it, because I can't stand it when I'm playing games at conventions that are warped like that, and it makes the game play not fun. So this has fixed that for me. If it's a problem for you, you should go look at it. I don't have any links or anything. I don't get paid for it, but I just love this product, and I think it works incredibly well at fixing a frustration for me when I'm playing board games at other places. So I wanted to mention it to others because I have a feeling there's probably other people out there who've had the same problem. And this is an amazing solution. I've never seen anything work as well as this does.
So, oh, go on. No, say what you're gonna say.
Like we like to say around here, the Board Butler, not a sponsor, but they could be.
But
But
could
they could
be.
be. Yes, they could be. No,
Yeah.
I
So
love them. They're fantastic.
so it's funny you say this, right? Because I'm the kind of person, and I don't know if it's like genetics or my upbringing, right? Because I am predominantly Irish, and I was raised Catholic, so it is part of my genetic identity to just suffer and endure. Okay, so when boards are warped, I'm like, well, that's just the board. Then I start playing games with people like Bob and Mike, and they're like, you got to bend those boards the other way. And I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? And now here's the thing is these guys love board games and the integrity of their games just as much as I do, right? So I have to remind myself before I flip out, like, no, they're not actually hurting things, they're helping.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
you don't have to live under this tyranny of badly warped boards.
Why do you always get the warped one?
Why do I get the warped
Yeah.
one? So it's very interesting you bring this up. But yeah, not a sponsor, could be. Hey, we're listening. Our
Yep.
phone
Comes
lines
just
are
in a
always
little
open.
bag like this. It fits perfectly inside your bag, and you can have them. So
We're gonna
easy.
need you to shave your mustache like that.
That's right.
Oh, what if you can't grow a mustache? Can you still order one?
I think so. I don't
Asking
think
for a friend.
mustaching is part of it.
You might have to check.
I think Bob and Mike should both shave so they only have mustaches. And that will double our chances of getting a board game butler.
There you go. There you go. I kickstarted this however many eons ago, and I absolutely love them. I've purchased multiples since then because I keep giving them to people when I'm at conventions, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, what is that cool thing?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's just these little board game butlers. You got to try it," and they're amazing. And again, not sponsored. They don't give me any money. I just love them.
Well, let
I
me
think they're
again just use that as an example of what a horrible person West is if you are playing games with him. You know what I mean? He freely is just trying to enhance other people's board game experiences. What a terrible thing.
What a dick. He's, yeah.
Because
bad.
really what he's doing is he's getting you to buy those board games and
True.
supporting those companies that are impacted.
Enabler.
You know, it's really tough. It's really tough out there for
100%.
board game companies right now. And here West is just peddling, just peddling.
Talking my wallet.
Man,
Mhm.
terrible. My wife, actually, West, I told her when we played Wildside, because for my birthday, my wife loves to not play games with me when I want to play games. Because she used to like games. Now she doesn't like to play them just to spite me, because that's the nature of our relationship. But
I can't see that at all.
but for my birthday, she had to play board games with me. Like that was the thing, right?
That was the thing. Tim's like, tonight, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Board
We're
game.
playing board games.
Board
And
games.
she's like, woo,
Right.
thank God that's all you asked for. So she had to play like multiple games, and one of them, unfortunately for her, was Wildside.
Hmm.
And she's like, don't you dare tell West I like this game. So I'm not telling you that she liked it, but I'm pretty sure she liked it, and it was cool that I bought a copy. Also, super important to know that we all paid individually
They did.
this fool over here for our own copies of Wildside. And that also tells you what a monster he is, because he can't tell three of his friends, hey man, I'll come off of just one copy of Wildside for you. So that he's like, no, man, look, I gotta make some money off this thing.
You know,
Listen, man, I know you love this game. I know you're like for this game, but hey, $50, that's friend prices. You guys paid 50, right? You guys each paid 50?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I didn't get overcharged.
No, you're good.
Right.
Yeah, for a couple of Dex cards. Yeah, no, but it was very fun and very cool to to be able to say, hey, my very good friend and pal made this game, and he charged me for it still. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I got stacks of free games that people send me. Hey, will you review our game? Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. Just send us a copy. But no, Wildside, we got to pay through the nose 3 times retail. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, he signed your copy too, right?
What?
Yeah, mine says like to my favorite part of BGR.
What?
The best.
Hold on. My copy just says eat shit and die. Wait a minute. I thought that was printed on there.
I think it's time I finally use this, and it's gonna go on Wildside.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's
Well
perfect.
done. Well done, Mike. West, all jokes aside, couldn't be more proud and happy for you, sir.
Thank you.
Fucking fantastic game. Super fun to play. and
Thank you.
I will take every opportunity to give you a hard time about anything I can. So
I gotta say, I was scouring that rule book. I didn't see any dev credits for us in there.
It's true. So to be totally fair, there was a question of which version should be the final version, and I did take this game to a play night with them, and was like, hey, okay, I want you to test this out. We're gonna play it a couple of different ways. Which way do you like best? And they did choose the correct answer, which was my original answer all along.
Sure.
But they did make me feel very good knowing that I was on the right track. So
yeah.
It's written in secret ink. If you've ever seen National Treasure, you
Yeah.
gotta heat it in the oven, and then there's these glasses. They're behind a brick. It's a whole hidden thing. But if you follow all the,
when you're in the know, you're in the know. Kind of.
Hold on, Bob.
You can find it.
So here's the thing, Bob, is when we teach people this game, right? We play it with them. We know. We're like, well, the version you're playing is good.
Yeah.
Because we said it was the best.
That's the one that we picked.
Version. That's the one we picked.
True.
Yeah.
100% true.
I'm just going to document it now for everybody to see.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, you get your half a halfpenny every time. It's sold.
I will take one Shroot buck.
One Shroot buck.
And one Stanley nickel for every copy sold. But no, man, it's really the only bad thing about your game is it came out right after Flip 7, which is my favorite card game of all time.
Straight up, Flip 7, one of the absolute best games I've ever played. It's so much fun.
And it's too bad is for Galactic Cruise is I play that and I play Wildside and Flip 7 and I have the complete opposite experience. It's like, doesn't overstay its welcome. It's fun. I mean, all three are beautiful in their own way. But just saying. Not to spoil our review.
Did you get Ian O'Toole do your art?
Yeah, why'd you scrimp there? Was it because you didn't pay for design, and dev on that? So
it's true.
Where'd you scrimp? I want to know where you scrimped.
With the selling price point of what was it, $50? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, $50.
We had to find holes to make it cheaper. No, but I would love to have Ian O'Toole doing my artwork. He's amazing.
Oh my god! Well, honestly, though, the artist you had for Wildside was great. I've just been watching way too much Jiminy Glick lately.
That art, by the way.
Yeah, it's beautiful. He did a really good job. I was very proud.
Yeah, Bob did struggle with the colors. We complained about that in the review. Yeah, because he couldn't tell the suits apart.
Okay, that's
I'm
good to know.
Kidding.
I was about to say, did he look at the different styles of because we did have there's wings and claws and things on there too, so that it makes it a little easier for those who are colorblind.
If I was willing to carry that ball across the goal line, I would have been like, Bob, you didn't even look at that, but I wasn't even willing to take it that far.
I actually, when we were designing it, I was thinking, I literally thought of Bob because he's the only colorblind person I know. And whenever I was like looking for something going, okay, well, Bob wouldn't be able to see this. So we've got to come up with a way to make sure that Bob can play this game. And there's one other person that I think of quite often, our favorite German, who puts his cards in his hands backwards. So that's why it has the number on all four corners. So that when
is that a German thing to line them up the other way?
Is that maybe is he left-handed?
I don't believe he's left-handed either. I just think he fans his cards backwards.
Interesting.
Which is weird, but yeah.
Yeah, and you also put the numbers kind of high and tight, so people like Mike with the small hands don't have to go very far to see the numbers on there.
Yeah, it does help out the baby hands players.
We prefer small hands, but thank you.
Oh shoot.
baby
Yeah.
infers that they're not fully developed, which they are. And so
Oh,
it's offensive to say tiny or baby.
right. Yeah. Well,
You're fully developed, smaller hands.
you're fully developed baby hands.
I'm sorry. I'm
Mike.
sorry that fully developed and it only got that big.
We're talking about his hands, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Well,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
I've said it before. I've never said it on air, but the Lord blessed me with tiny hands so that it looks bigger in pictures.
Yeah, your pencils.
Yeah.
Correct.
Like, boy, Mike is always buying those jumbo pencils for some reason. And why does he keep sending girls pictures of him holding those pencils? It's really weird.
I'll do a shot to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a shot. I get it. Well done, Mike. Well done. Oh my God. Yeah, I've been horrible to our guests lately, and I apologize. But not really, because it's fun. But no, oh my God, it's so much fun. I seriously been watching way too much Jiminy Glick lately. Have you guys ever watched Jiminy Glick?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's great. Yeah.
Yeah. When are you gonna make a fun movie?
Yeah.
Just a question, you know, like
It's kind of like Between Two Ferns type of thing.
it kind of is, except Between Two Ferns, Zach Galifianakis is clearly the asshole. Where Jiminy Glick like really tries really hard to push it on Martin Short, really pushes it on the other person way more. Like he's way more aggressive with it, which is why both are great. But yeah, man, I absolutely love it. Oh wait, Kyle, this is a new person, right?
Looks like it. I don't know.
Kyle, I want to know what you're talking
Great
about,
question.
man. It is a great question. I mean, I don't want to know what you're talking about. I want to know what the answer is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have been being rude to guests for
He
years.
still hasn't caught on.
Still hasn't figured it out yet. And people still keep showing up.
They
Wow,
do.
wow.
They do. Oh my God. No, but I mean, I think honestly, right? Like, I don't know. I think the people that like us really do like us for that reason.
Yeah.
You know, we've made changes accordingly because, you know, we hopefully are cultivating a fun and positive atmosphere, you know, but
only fans will know.
Only fans will
watch
know.
us.
It's true.
Oh, we got to have Evan on for that one show we're going to do where we're going to read the reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Mean reviews.
Yes.
Who
doesn't love reading like YouTube comments and stuff?
So the only person, I shouldn't say the only person, but one of my other favorite people to kind of do this with, like I can be a total turd to West because West knows us and he knows that I'm being honest, is like, is Josh Bowman, right? Like we were really rough on Josh when he had beach day and we kept messing with him about that. And yeah, he's an amazing sport and totally acknowledge that beach day is a ripoff of, I don't know, I forget something else. It's not. I was just giving him a hard time. But yeah, no, this is fun. This is fun. And yeah, Evan, I know you're in because you're hilarious and you're a great sport. And it will be super fun. I want to do the mean tweets. Yes, the mean tweets. Yeah. I think that will be funny. It's one of my favorite things to see on like a late night talk show.
Yes.
Is people reading
mean tweets about themselves.
Yes.
Yep. It's a good time. There's lots of them out there.
Oh, dude, there's so many. There's so many. And yeah. And anybody that doesn't know West, I can just sum it up in a conversation that I had with a major publisher that you may or may not own one or more of their games. When we were talking about like, hey, blah, 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 I'm reaching out to you because West is a mutual friend. And they're like, hey, I love West. And I said, anybody that doesn't love West, I don't trust. And they said, yes, I agree with that. And I'm talking about Donald J. Trump. No, I'm just kidding. I was trying to think of like the worst person. Jeffrey Epstein. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Hold on.
He committed suicide.
No, he's still alive with Jimi Hendrix and Bruce Lee on an island, the Epstein Island. Yeah. You guys don't know West. You should. And not only support
Donnie.
I love Donnie. I will not hear anyone say otherwise.
Funny story about Donnie.
I want to hear it.
He was in an a cappella group in college with a guy that was in my high school. So
what?
No kidding.
With, like,
hold on.
I gotta hear some of this music.
Hold on. Donnie was in an a cappella group?
I love
a cappella group in college. I actually have his CD, believe it or not.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Donnie, why you holding out on me?
Yeah, no kidding. All right, so we gotta do like a BGR like karaoke thing sometime, like at Origins.
Yes.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I will watch because I don't want to ruin it. Oh my gosh. Oh, Donnie. Oh, yep. Donnie. Mm-hmm. So Donnie, please. Can you like save some talent for everybody else? Because you're a good game designer. You can sing. Like, what else you hiding? Right? Like Evan's an actor. He can sing. He's handsome. He's tall. He fixes arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, God, I hate Evan so much. He's so talented. Like, it's just the worst. And he's one of the nicest dudes you could ever meet. It's horrible. Yeah, like thank God West is only a little bit taller than me. Otherwise, like I could really hate him a lot more, like and he's going gray in weird places. Like, that helps.
So weird.
That's gonna be
great.
His book, gray in weird places.
It's white. Like what on earth?
Yeah,
what happened? Yeah. So weird.
Your wife's like flicking bleach on you while you sleep.
I know. So weird.
Bob, we agreed we don't kink shame here.
Oh, sorry, that's right. I wasn't ashamed. I was just saying.
Oh, yeah, fair. It came off as aggressive.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like that's a cover for a Garth Brooks song.
Ooh.
He's gone gray in weird places.
I'll give that to you, Mike. Good job. I'll give that to you. I didn't want to. Initially, I'm like, no, there's no way this is going to work. Turns out, like your list tonight, it worked.
It worked. Yeah.
But yeah, man. Does anybody else like have anything tonight? I mean, I'm ramped up because I'm happy West is here and I love to hate on his game because it's garbage. But and I don't have to work the next 2 days.
Oh yeah, I wonder why you're so fired up.
Damn, no wonder.
Yeah, I get to sleep in.
Sure.
I mean, we probably can already guess the other scores, and Tim doesn't like spoilers, but we'll just real quick. There you go. There's a spoiler of one score. There you go.
You see that questioning look that I had in my face? Like, what are you talking about?
Is that when I gave it a 1?
Bring that back up.
I want to look.
That look on my face, like, dude, seriously?
Is that Mike's score?
Yeah, that's why it says Mike on the bottom.
Oh yeah. What does it say? I don't see. You're like, how did Mike only give it a 10, a 9?
Yeah, Yeah.
That was the table setter.
It's a 9D.
90.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Unfortunately, it's
A 9 for
scale,
looks and D for
so-
gameplay.
And also, usually when we, I'll just put this out there. Any game that we have to pay for, we dock by a point.
There you
So
go.
when you watch the video and you see all of our ratings, remember we paid $50 a piece for each copy, and we docked at a point.
I do want to say I also made, I thought, a pretty ingenious suggestion on what you could do with the proceeds from the game sales. So
Was it
hopefully you
shove it up
caught
your
that
ass?
segment.
Wait, what was it?
No,
I forget what it was.
It was that the designer could improve his wardrobe.
Oh, and buy more flamingo shirts? You're right. It's true.
I don't know
Very
that that's
true.
an improvement per se.
I forgot
You know,
about that. Well done.
That's good. That is good. I have to say, as I've always said, that at some point everybody's got to get off the fashion train, and I have
Yeah.
almost completely removed myself from the fashion train.
So that being said, we've established that like Mike's favorite Nickelodeon show. Do you know what that was?
I do not.
Hey, dude. I think Mike saw it coming before I said it.
I'll let the record show that ever since Tim brought up my shoe choice in a stream, I haven't worn them in front of him since.
You have not, Mike. I have looked, Mike, and you haven't.
You wore them to
now-
my house.
I
I'm
did
a
wear them
bully.
to Bob's house because Bob was not part of the hate train during that episode where that happened. And I did wear them at my house, but like here it's like all about comfort. I don't really care. I'm wearing what I want to wear. I'm trying to be comfortable.
Well,
But out in
also, Mike's
public-
house is an Elkhart, and everybody knows I don't go.
Nobody
to
goes out of cart.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Elkhart.
so I have not worn them out
Oh,
when
shit.
Tim was in the present company.
It is
Ever since.
as rotten as we are to not only each other but our guests. It's amazing that we still hang out and that other people want to still come on the show.
I'll tell you what, though, Tim, if you have a third wedding, I'm out.
Fair. My dad said the same thing. He said, when I married Kelly, he goes, "This is my last
This is the
one.
last one.
This is the last one."
Yeah.
So fair. Hold up. Let me just say, Bob.
Yep.
I'm good for one more for you.
I appreciate that.
I'm good for one.
I don't know if I am, but
Yeah, fair. I'm good for one more. I haven't had to be in any of them, so I'm
true.
good for one.
yeah, I've done pretty good because I haven't had to have any actual ceremonies.
Yeah.
2 for 2 on the absconding and like kind of going.
Well, okay, so let me just put this out there as your friend.
Yeah,
Maybe that's the common denominator.
that's okay. I'm okay with it now.
Okay.
Mostly, at least.
Well, my dad was a serial monogamist. I believe when he passed away, he was on wife number 6 or 7, something
Hey.
like that. So I can tell you a lot of ways to do it wrong.
Sure.
I've seen many of those. Absconding and running away was not one of the ways he tried. So congratulations, you out of all of those options, that was not one that he did.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Yeah.
I did that twice, and both times I managed to keep all my 401k and the house. So
Winning.
yeah,
winning.
That is
Yeah.
some tiger blood shit right there. Good job.
although I did lose the dog the first time. So
Well, we love
yeah.
Eddie. Eddie was great.
Eddie was awesome. Yeah,
Eddie was awesome.
yeah. I did get
Winston is
followed.
also
Winston.
pretty great though, Bob.
Winston's pretty awesomer.
You know, I hate to put either one higher than the other on a pedestal. Both were amazing. Well, is and were amazing.
Correct. Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, he has since passed.
Poor Eddie. Rest in peace.
Yep.
I only lost a cat in my divorce, and poor Gus has gone, but he liked her better anyway, so it was okay. But yeah, I'm done after this. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Free Willy. If Kelly comes to her senses and realizes
website.
she married so down below her level,
Yeah, you better hope she don't ever come to her senses.
dude.
True. It's true.
Keep that lead in the water.
She's
so much
doing charity work.
she
that's
is.
really-
I think.
So, what else do you do for charity besides marry Tim?
I think she might have murdered somebody, and so she's trying to like atone.
Make up for that karma.
Yeah. I think that's the only thing that explains it.
Got you.
Mhm.
At this point. And I ain't mad.
Yeah. Like you
I
kind of feel a
know.
little bad for the dead dude, but hey,
Eh,
his lost your game.
exact.
Right.
Better him than me.
right.
I'm here. I'm
She's
good.
playing that murder Mary.
yeah.
Yeah.
F Mary kill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I got the Mary part of that equation.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I every week I say this, and every week I mean it. I love you guys. I really do. West, you are the absolute best. Thank you for coming on very short
Thank you,
notice and doing this
Absolutely.
and
Thanks
putting
for
up
having me.
with our stupidity. But all jokes aside, we genuinely love Wildside across the board. I'm very comfortable speaking for all of us there, and we're very happy for you, man.
I appreciate it.
So, really hope that it gets some of the attention that it deserves.
Me too.
It's
Me too.
it's
It's
tough
great.
being a small publisher, right?
Yeah, for sure. Ooh.
Uh-oh. Was Mike just flashing an extra?
I'm
Ooh,
flashing another
sneak
score.
All the scores.
Well, it's only 2 numbers there, Tim.
Oh, I can't tell. It's on a very small screen on my phone. I really hope mine says 1+8. I really do. Because I did say 1. I want to give this a 1. Because I'm such a dick to my friends. But no, man. Mike, thanks for helping make sure this was all comes off smoothly every week like you do, even though you have pee on your hat. Let's go Pacers. Listen, I haven't pulled for the Pacers this hard since Larry Bird was involved in the organization and they weren't playing the Bulls. So any other time I'm a Pacers fan, but if they were playing the Bulls, they should go to hell, and they're the team I hate the most. But if Michael Jordan's on those Bulls, I'm a Bulls fan.
Fair.
But no, thank you guys so much. Every week we do this, and it's amazing, and it's a wonderful bright spot of my week. And thank you to everybody watching. It's the best time. West, maybe next time design a better game. And for everybody here, thank you so much for the board game rundown. I've been Tim.
Bob.
Mike.
And West.
Yes. Go buy Wildside. Link in the description. Get it now.
Do it.
We'll see you guys.
Good
next
job,
time.
Stonemaier. A 7.3 repeating. Heating.
We'll see you guys.
Good
next
job,
time.
Stonemaier. A 7.3 repeating. Heating.